Hello, my name is Nicholas, I'm from Uruguay. Welcome to my channel. For today's video we're going to talk about photography. Today we're going to use two lenses. One lens for wide scope, another lens for zoom. This lens is 200-500 millimeters. So I hope we can find some interesting thing to take a photo and explain how I make this. Today I go to show to you what photo techniques I made. Sorry about my English, I'm not an English native speaker, so I try to do my best effort. With me is Theo. I don't know if you can see there in the background. Theo is my dog that is following. They follow me in this journey. Hey Theo, what's up? I have a ball for the if I not bring my ball to play with him, they don't allow me to take photos. So next minutes we will see my technique. I'm in Punta Carretas in Montevideo. You see there is the faro, the lighthouse. I don't know if you hear me. I don't know if the wind is blowing here in the mic of the camera, but I will try to speak loudly so you can hear me. Okay. One of the techniques I'm going to make today is the bracketing. Bracketing is a technique to take photos in different range of luminosity. I go to show to you what is this technique, how to get better images from your camera. This doesn't matter the brand of your camera, the quality. I mean, the most common cameras allow to make this. If your camera has not included this particularity, like a button or setting, you can make by hand, only changing some aspects of your settings. So I go to show this in some minutes. I like to take photos. What this is really nice fashion. So this is my point for today's video. This is the place what we are going. This is the lighthouse here in Punta Carretas, Montevideo. It's a nice place. Theo! Theo! Sorry, my dog is far away. Come here, Theo! Come here. So, sorry about the grass. We have a really dry day. There is a lot of wildfire here in Montevideo this season. Here you see we have a small bay. You see behind of me we have this beautiful place. Okay, let me show you. Theo, come here, Theo. As you see, Theo already see some birds there in the rocks. So this is part the place where we go to shot today. I have to pass these rocks there, and we go to far away. So continue. We're still walking. That behind me is a military zone here. We are not arrived yet. We need to walk a little more. We see behind of me, this is the Punta Carretas lighthouse. We arrived to the place to get nice pictures. As you can see, there is people there to enter to the lighthouse. But today we don't go to the lighthouse. Today we go there. I try to show why my kind of photography is not easy to take, because landscape photography and wildlife photography is really hard to get there to the place and get good images. So as you see, there is a lot of good place here. So I hope get good images here. So today there is the water is not down, so there is not too much rocks in the middle of the water. So I go to stay here and try to catch these birds there with my 200-500 lens. I hope I can get good images from there. So finally we are here in the correct place. We are with Theo. Theo, stay there. You see what is my background here. So for today I'm going to use my camera 6.6 of Nikon. I'm going to use this lens. I hope this lens can get really good image. I go to set up my tripod here. Okay, I think this is the correct place. Right here, I go to this my tripod. So the next step is choose what quality I go to use, what mode I go to use my camera. I go to use aperture priority to handle all those aspects. I go to shoot bases in 200 ISO and above. So finally we go to start. I go to my this area. So my ISO format. I go to start to take some photos. The first Theo allow me because you see they are in front of my camera, so I have a lot of problems. In this case, what I get here is this little helper. So what I do is Theo, go there, and I go to take photos. What I try to do with this shoot is try to get a good contrast between this black beard and white beard with the background. So I use a lower aperture. In this case, I try to set blur the background with this technique and focusing the beard there. Also, I want to try to record some videos. So after taking shot, I go to make another change. I go to switch my lens for something more different. For this another lens I have here, this is one of my reference lens, wide lens. Special for landscape. Okay, I think that's it already. Okay, one of the really good aspects that I like related to the landscape photography is the way to get an image more similar that you see with your own eyes. For this photo I go to use a manual mode. I go to lower my ISO, the lower than is possible, so I get more details, more colors in my image. I go to set my aperture to between 10 and 14. In this way I can get all clear in my image. In this way I don't get something focused in the front and blurry in the background. So I go to get all the image really sharp. So I go to use these settings. For this shot, I'm using bracketing mode. Bracketing mode, you can take 3 photos in different range. I mean, when I speak in range, I speak too bright, too dark, and the middle. So after in the edition process, you can join together or merge this image in one, and you get a really good quality of the image. Maybe we can find another better place. Come on, Theo. Let me see if I can go here. Whoa. Come on, Theo. La pelota. Where is the ball? Pelota. Come on. Oh, good. Okay, we go continue walking here, around here, this area. We walk to another place here. See this area, it's an interesting area. You see these rocks here. Great, good, really concept. I hope find a good place here to take some photos. If not, we can always find another good place. In this area here, I take in the past a really good shot from the moon in the night. After the sunset, I remember I came here. I think was in this place, this spot here. Let me show you. It's a difficult place to reach, but I think we can go there. You see here this spot. From this place I took this image. This is, you see there is the neighborhood of Punta Carretas in Montevideo. Okay, we continue. Come on, Theo. Work. You see these pigeons there? There is a lot in the top of the rocks. Interesting for some shots. Okay, we arrive here. Area. Maybe here we can find something. See, there is like a deck there. Usually here a lot of people came here to fish and spend great time here. I found a great spot here. We have a nice view. I cannot use the 200-500 zoom lens here because if I use this lens, you see some kind of smog in the city there. So if I use the zoom lens here, I go to get a not sharp image. I go to get some kind of smog, white smog in my images. So I go to use this opportunity to take some landscape photography using this lens. I go to set the code lens flare. Set here. I go to check my photos with low ISO. Aperture 14. I go to the time of the shoot 100 and I go to start to focus. Here, tripod. Three photos and last maybe four to take three photos in different range, more dark, more white, and normal, and that's it. Voila. done for this video. Is all. Sorry about the mic. I think I can improve. Thanks, that's all. Please subscribe to my channel. Keep on tracking.